My name is AKINYEMI. Finishing from school in the year 2001, I got my first gig as the recruiting and training manager for Procter & Gamble for West Africa. I was saddled with the responsibility of hiring the best talents in the country for that company. We didn't recruit people based on particular jobs. We recruited people based on the traits that they had shown. Who was more important than what? And what we did was, as a rule, we looked for leaders. So you are more likely to get on board with us as an organization if you could demonstrate already the character attributes of a leader, the work ethic of a leader, the attention to detail and the passion to get goals achieved. You are a candidate. Whether we had a position or not, we could recruit you from engineering and plug you into finance. We could recruit you from engineering and plug you to HR. We could recruit you from engineering. We had a chemical engineer that was put into finance. We had an electronics engineer that was put into finance. We had a chemical engineer that was put into customer service. We had a mechanical engineer that was put into customer service. So essentially, I was an electrical engineer, I was put into HR. It wasn't about what, it was about who. The company understood that if you get high quality, high caliber people, they will always be able to function wherever you place them. Because once they have the attitude of getting things done, once they have the leadership attitude and attributes, they can easily be made adaptable to whatever it is that you want them to do. So I think it supports the ideology behind Good to Great. My HR director in the company, my HR leader in the company was a mechanical engineer who became an HR manager, because it wasn't about what, it was about who. And I think that's a very, it's a very interesting paradigm shift. Reading this book as well, I'm trying to recollect reading it a while ago. It's not even really about recruiting who. It's about understanding that the people predate the vision. Okay, that you need to get the people on board before you establish the vision. Okay, rather than establishing a vision and then looking for people, which is the normal, logical thing to do, is to say, I want to go to Ibadan. Who knows the way? Who can fix the tires? Who can drive the car? I'm basically fitting people into assigned roles of vision. It's basically saying, you know what, go around, look for fantastic people, okay, people that have strong work ethics, people that you don't need to micromanage, people that you don't need to run around to do what they need to do. And once you have found the right people, then what they will do is not the problem. They will deliver on what they need to do. They will make it happen as well. I think what this book suggests is hire great people. Okay, no matter how good the people you put in the roles are, if they are not great people, they will not build a great company. The people who will build great companies are great people who have mastered the art of being great at the things that they do. The real paradigm is who first before what? Who first before compensation? Who first before how do I retain them? If I get the right who, I will worry less about the other things that I need to do to keep them driven. If you set up your clear vision before you get the people, you're going to be the genius with 1,000 helpers. And I think people like me find it easy to be the genius with 1,000 helpers. And the problem we'll have is that what we will build will not be sustained. So the problem with what we will build as geniuses will be that it will not be sustained. So rather than that, people are likely to participate more in a vision they were part of the formation of. Okay, when people are involved in vision casting, when they are involved in direction setting, they are likely to be able to recognize when there's an opportunity and a need for change and diversion than if you form the vision and you put them in. So, and I think those are three critical, around the three critical things that people who build good to great companies have learned, is that if you bring them on the bus and get the wrong people of the bus before you start the journey, then change in direction, readjustment of direction will not be a problem, because the people got involved in deciding where the bus will head. If there is a need to change that direction, there will be no need for extra motivation or extra drive, because they were a part of that process. So I think the key here also is people are more committed to processes they were involved in initiating. So if I say to you, what do you think about this? Do you think we can do this? What do you think we can do? And you suggest that you say, let us do this. It is very unlikely that you be the one coming back to say, let's not do it anymore, because you are involved in that process. So when you get the right who, you absolve yourself of the responsibility of being the lifeline for the business. other people can take on responsibility, they can move to center stage, and they can play their own roles in ensuring that things move forward.
My question is directed at the topic itself. It says, who first, then what? So how do I go about put gathering the best minds if I don't have an idea of where I'm going, if I don't know where I'm going, and if I already know where I'm going or where I wish to arrive at, isn't that already a vision then that you're trying to make them see? How do I just walk up to someone and say you will be a great person to work with, and he says, okay, what are we working on? And I can't say this is it because I do not have a vision first.
The book is actually knocking everything that we normally do. That book is saying the normal thing you want to do as an entrepreneur is be very clear about your vision, be very clear about what you want to do, and then go and hire people that can be suited. You want to drive a car, find a good driver, find a good conductor, find somebody who knows the road, and that's what's normal. And it's saying that's how to build a good company in your lifetime. The company will be good until you leave it, because that model is the model of a genius with 1,000 helpers. The book is saying if you want to build a great company, leave the vision first. Determine who are the good people to be on the bus. Is counterintuitive. So you are very correct in that the book is telling you to go and do completely different from what you do normally. It's saying, first of all, identify people that have values. Look for people that have strong work ethic. Look for people that are self-driven. Look for people that family is important too. Look for people that honesty is important too. Look for people who will not cheat or lie. Find those people, then sit down together with them. Tell them, look, there's something interesting I'm thinking of doing, and I would like you to be involved. Okay? What am I interested in doing? Reality is, if you study businesses, you realize what businesses are doing today averagely is not what they started with. Many companies do what they call pivots. YouTube was designed to be a dating site. It was supposed to be a video dating site. But when they began to engage with customers, they realized that people needed content that was video. It wasn't about dating anymore, and then they pivoted. There are many companies that have shifted ground on exactly what they were meant to be doing, because along the way they found that something else was better. Now, if you have already formed and cast your vision before you got your team, then the ability to navigate, I can see navigate with Noel. You will not be able to navigate because Noel has already told you this is where we are going. But navigation becomes a requirement when you have put minds that don't make you feel inferior, as in that can challenge your own thinking. So you may have an idea and say, this is what I want to do. By the time you sit down together and you look at it and say, let's look at this together. What do we want to do? You may come up with something else that is more solid than what you had, that has the buy-in of the other people that you have brought on the team. And that means it can be run long after you are no longer the principal driving factor. It is not about me. It's about what we want to achieve. And everybody needs to have a sense of ownership in that thing in order for it to be built to greatness.
Yes, sir. In short, while you were speaking, just like a light bulb moment, God called Abraham with no clear vision of where he's going. And he said, I want to make you great, Abraham. It just flashed to me, these things are still distilling back to the great book, Sure. And Abraham, not knowing where he was going, set out. He had to get some people off the bus anyway. But eventually, it seems to me that, these things, this knowledge has always been, they were able to distill it in good to great, in contemporary times, and it's working. The important thing is that it is working, even though it's against the normal human reasoning.